Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Jiawen. After a long 7 months, I finally got my hands on the mass-produced Minisforum V3. While unboxing it, let me share with you the design journey of the device. So when it came to the CPU, going for a flagship AMD chip was no doubt. Exactly what everyone wanted. As for the performance target, we aimed for 28 watts, but we also considered a minimum of 18 watts, similar to the Surface Pro. However, the reality was that it depended on what we could actually achieve. So the thermal design team was pushing for vapor chambers to hit the 28 watts. But this would have significantly increased the cost by around $15. Naturally, nobody was keen on incurring extra cost without any gain in performance, so we ended up using 4 1mm heat pipes, which means the heat more concentrated. You've experienced it yourself. You can't always have both price and performance. Next up was the crucial decision on the LCD. I know all of you can list the parameters. 12 or 13 inch with 2516 by 16 QHD and 120 Hz refresh rate. For us, we are not able to customize the screen. We've got to choose from the what's available in the market. Since we use AMD CPU, the screen must have an EDP interface, ruling out the MIPI interface commonly used in Android devices. Maybe some of you will say you can convert MIPI to EDP. Yes, we can, but it may cause some exact problem. Firstly, the screen is used in ROG 2-in-1 laptop. It has 13.4 inch 2516 by 16 QHD 155 Hz. That is the best choice. We reached out to the supplier, but their terms were steep. They wanted an order of 10,000 pieces, which would tie up a lot of cash flow. The screen is great, but it's a pity it didn't work out. Then we found a screen in 13.4 inch, but it is vertical, so pass. We thought about bumping it up to a full 14 inches, which puts us into standard laptop territory. There are two supplies have screen with 2018 18 by 18 QHD 120 Hz. Sounds great, right? However, the interface plays too low, meaning if we use them, the bottom border of V3 would be wider than now. Next, we consider another screen with a 2516 by 16 QHD and 90 Hz, but only 1,000 pieces were available in the stock. That isn't enough. If we want to make more, we should spend 3 or 4 months producing the screens. Then we stumbled upon this super exciting screen, 2516 by 16 QHD with 240 Hz, 400 nits. It basically turned the tablet into a gaming beast. But in the end, we landed on one we are using now, 2516 by 16 QHD, 165 Hz and 500 nits. We figured that 214 Hz might be overkill for a tablet, and that extra brightness is the final pick. That's where it is at. Sounds like we had a ton of options, right? In truth, it boiled down to a battle between just these two screens. As for the outer shell, since we went with a 14-inch screen, we had to a magnesium aluminum alloy to keep the weight down, even if the feel isn't as prime as aluminum. Sure, it might not feeling as aluminum alloy, but it is 13% lighter than aluminum alloy. Regarding the quick release feature, it's a shame we couldn't include it, as it would have added 1 mm to the thickness. The stand faced a similar issue, adding around 100 grams to the weight. In the end, we went with extra mount solution, but I didn't expect it to weigh as much as 200 grams. That caught me off guard. This keyboard is heavier than others, even when you account for the volume. The added weight comes from the phone area clickable touchpad, adding around 16 grams. Remove that feature, and we are par with the competition. The keyboard is from the same supplier as Magic Keyboard, so the quality is solid. Finally, the issue that many people complain about the DP input only supporting 16 Hz. I was also confused, as the chip spec shows DP 1.4 support, but the manufacturer told us they could only achieve 16 Hz. Okay, we decided to support DP input at 16 Hz, instead of waiting for them to support 165 Hz. As for why the touchscreen doesn't work over DP, it is because the touchscreen is controlled by GPIO instead of USB. The V3 is a practical product shaped by the realities of the market, not an idealistic version. There's been clamor for an AMD 2-in-1 laptop, but no major players has delivered one yet. A clear indication of the challenges involved. While some criticize the V3 for not reaching perfection and predict a higher price point, these trade-offs are inevitable. Every product is a balance of features, development timelines, and profit margins. If entrusted with leading the V4, I'm committed to delivering a more publisher and affordable 2-in-1 experience, but with a pragmatic choice to maintain that balance. Meticulous attention will be paid to finding the sweet spot between capabilities and cost effectiveness. Thank you for your listening.